You hand over a perfectly cut fob and watch the customer drive away. But a few hours later, the phone rings. It's a callback. The immediate reaction is to assume a programming error. But more often than not, the fob itself is fine. The job actually failed because of an unverified low battery, a defective customer-supplied part, or a missed testing step during the handoff. If you are new to the industry, do not rely on your memory of the jobs that went sideways. Write down the pattern. Beginner locksmiths tend to remember callbacks emotionally. The frustration of a wasted trip or a difficult conversation takes over, and the specific, repeatable facts of the job disappear. Relying strictly on those emotional memories guarantees that the exact same quoting risk or missing intake step will cost your shop money again next month. Relying on memory means those difficult lessons stay trapped as isolated stories. Documenting the specifics turns those individual moments into a library of data you can actually use to improve your shop. To be clear, a callback log is a business tool for quoting and risk assessment. You still need to verify current OEM documentation, toolpaths, and local authorization requirements before performing any work. But by shifting your focus away from defensive frustration and toward objective data collection, you isolate the variables that caused the failure and stop paying for the exact same mistake twice. The way you capture this data is through a post-callback debrief loop. The goal is to calmly classify the facts rather than blame the customer or the tool. This framework starts with the exact vehicle identity and a clear summary of the customer's specific concern at the time they called back. Next, you document the part source. You need to record exactly whether the key or module was shop supplied, or if the customer brought it in themselves. This distinction is critical because customer-supplied parts dramatically shift your warranty boundaries, alter diagnostic expectations, and redefine shop liability if the part eventually fails. Capturing these initial intake variables on paper isolates whether the job failed because of technical execution in the service bay or because of a flawed agreement at the front counter. From there, log the condition of the vehicle prior to the service. Note if the battery voltage was low or if there were pre-existing dashboard warning lights that the technician ignored. Then compare the exact scope of the original quote against the final outcome you delivered. Look for discrepancies between what the customer expected and what was actually performed. This lets you separate the customer's stated reason for calling back from the actual operational root cause, like a missed process step. That brings us to the most critical field in the entire debrief log, the mandatory requirement to record one specific change for next time. Frame this one change as a decision about your quoting risk or your job intake criteria. You're looking for a permanent process adjustment, not just a one-time technical fix. Forcing your team to write down that one change is how you turn a callback from a pure financial loss into a permanent process upgrade. A debrief log does not magically eliminate your shop's liability, and it will not guarantee zero future callbacks. Its true function is to help you identify repeating root causes across multiple jobs, multiple vehicles, and multiple technicians over time. Recognizing those patterns gives you the exact data you need to patch your intake gaps, tighten your quote wording, and establish mandatory handoff testing before the customer drives away. Spotting the pattern ensures that your shop only pays the tuition for a specific type of failure once. But these logs quickly lose their value if they are trapped on loose paper or scattered across different technician notebooks. Autosmith Pro serves as your shop's central operational memory, keeping your callback reasons, part statuses, and next change notes fully organized. It puts your lookup notes, FCC IDs, keyways, tool coverage checks, and repeatable decision records all in one accessible place. You can organize your workflow and centralize your job logic by visiting autosmithpro.com/app. A callback can either teach your shop a permanent lesson, or it can keep charging you every single month. The difference is writing it down.